What does it take to be number one? A recent survey by Fast Company suggests that the answer could be a well-lined bookshelf. In fact, the average number of books read by a CEO is 60 books per year or 5 books each month. What I know for sure is that reading opens you up, says Oprah Winfrey. It exposes you and gives you access to anything your mind can hold. What I love most about reading, it gives you the ability to reach higher ground. Warren Buffett, worth $93 billion, is another confirmed bibliophile who reportedly reads an astounding average of 500 pages each day. Buffett attributes his success partly to his voracious reading habit and encourages others to incorporate reading into their daily routine, saying, "Read 500 pages like this every day. That's how knowledge works. It builds up like compound interest."
Hi, my name is Gary Woolfolk, and I am the author of Before the Application. The 3 excerpts that were read by my wife are from the editorial, Here's How Many Books the Average CEO Reads Yearly and What They're Reading by Kayla Heisler. Continuous reading, it can be your life's ongoing teacher because information leads to knowledge. And as that old adage says, knowledge is power. So as we go on, I want you to allow me to paint a picture for you. I want you to imagine that in the U.S., the entire land has been poisoned by one of our enemies. And because of that, everyone in the country has to leave the U.S. for 4 years. Now, most of the countries around the world say they will accept a set number of citizens on a temporary basis. So you make the decision that you and your family are going to go off to the country of Wakanda. Now, the reason you want to go to Wakanda is because the average family income there is $2.5 million. And you say, hey, I know that if I go to Wakanda and we build up our family income, this can set us up well for life when we head back to the US. So you and your family, you go and you pack all your bags, you buy your airline tickets, and then you know that the closest airport's about 800 miles away. So you rent a car and you head off to the airport. When you get there and you go to check in, they say you must have a visa. You had no idea. So now you have to scramble around, go to the Wakanda embassy in the US, which is in another state, get an emergency visa. And all of this is going to take you a few days. And the next flight that you can get out is not for a week. But you finally get on that flight, you make it over to a country in Africa, you go through customs, you head to the rental car agency counter, and they ask you for your international license. Here we go. Did not know you needed an international license to rent a car in Africa. It's too late to get one now. You think to yourself, hey, we can just get a train or a bus to head to Wakanda. And you go to book one, and there's not a ticket to be bought for an entire week and a half. Luckily for you, you met up with a family on the ride over on the plane that says, hey, we have a van, we have some more room, you guys can ride with us. So you and your family volunteer to pay for the gas, you start heading out, and you go through a couple of countries. And when you get to the third one and you get to that border, they say, where are your shot records? You had no idea that you had to have a certain number of shots to enter their country, but the family you're with has their shots, so they are going to go on. You have to go into this country, find a place to stay, find somewhere to get your shots. Then you have to secure a train ride, which is another week out, to be able to go to Wakanda. So you finally arrive there. And when you get there, you get to the border and they say to you, sorry, we took our last family in yesterday. So you say to yourself, okay, this isn't the only place in Africa. You also know there's a great place in South Africa by the beach called Cape Town. So you call them up and they say, yes, we still have available slots. Head on down. We'll hold one for you. So you are able to make your way down to Cape Town, South Africa. And when you get to the application and you're filling it out, it says, in order to live in Cape Town, you must be fluent in a second language. You're not fluent. You and your family can't stay there. So now there's still other places in Africa that you can stay, maybe the Madagascar, the Serengeti, Cairo, Nigeria, Kenya, but none of them are the place that you really wanted to be. None of them are really going to be able to set you up the way you were hoping for, but you'll have a place to stay. Now, I want to relate this to all of you who are considering going to college. If you are considering going to college, there's many things that you need to be thinking about, such as what college is a good fit for you? What is the college looking for in a student? What is your ideal major? What is it going to take to get into college and get a scholarship? What is it going to take to be successful once you get to college? And what should you be doing now? You see, in the same way of showing up to Wakanda too late, many seniors start applying for college, realizing there were so many things that they should have done differently with their college planning all throughout high school. So many seniors make statements like, I wish I knew back at an earlier stage in high school. I should have cared more in my classes. You hear seniors say, I didn't realize my freshman year would matter so much. Or the ACT or SAT was too hard, or it wasn't fair because they didn't do the proper planning. So the real question is, well, what is it that you really should be doing now? All right, so when we talk about what we should be doing now, again, I am the author of Before the Application. And in this book, I teach about 20 topics per high school year. And it gives a detailed guide of what you should be doing, when you should be doing it, why you should be doing it, and how you go about doing it. And I do this for every single stage of high school. And I do this to make sure that you are preparing yourselves to get into college, to get money for college, to be a great student, to be successful in life, to be successful once you get there. So for now, what I would like to do is just touch on a couple of topics for each grade year and talk about a few things that you should be doing. And it's going to be based on not just your grade year, but also based upon the point in time in the year that we're at right now. So for instance, if you are a freshman, then there's certain things that you could be working on, like discipline. One of the main reasons that people are not successful in college is because a lack of discipline. As a freshman, you should be really considering, well, what is my learning style? How do I go about learning? How do I study? What are good ways to study? And another thing you should be thinking about is, how much do I like to read? Let me make sure you guys understand, reading is the basis, the foundation of all learning, not just in school, but in life. If you're not reading, you're not learning. If you're struggling in math, it could be simply because your reading comprehension skills are holding you back. If you're struggling on standardized tests, it may be because being able to understand what it is they're asking you is the struggle, more so than being able to do what they're asking you. Reading is powerful. These are things that you should be working on your freshman year, plus many other things. Next, sophomores. At this point in your high school career, you need to be thinking about accountability and ownership. You need to own your education. You need to be doing it for you and you only. You can't be going to school because your parents told you you had to go, or because you're just looking for a high school degree. You need to have ownership and want your education for yourself, which means you should also have accountability. That simply means you take accountability for your actions. You take accountability for how much effort you're putting into your classes. You take accountability for the work that you're turning in because you're doing it for a purpose. When you have purpose in what you're doing and you find value in what you're doing, it's going to be easy to have accountability and ownership. Okay, my juniors, you're about to come up on this college application season. One of the major things that holds students back from getting into colleges they would like, or for getting those scholarships that they want, is a lack of organization. Being able to fully organize yourself around all the different things that take place during application season. Because when you do it right, trust me, application season for college and scholarships can be like a part-time job. You want to make sure you know what you need to do and when you need to do it. And not only is it about filling out all these applications, it's about having a strategy. It's about making sure that you know how to best present yourself on these applications, how to tell your story, how to stand out from the crowd. These are important things that you should be doing in upcoming college application season. And then my current seniors. Many of you are looking to go to college. You may have already applied to all of your colleges or in the midst of finishing those up. You're going to be hearing back from some of them soon and making your decisions. I've always said, whatever it takes to get you to where you are is not what it's going to take to get you to where you want to be. What I mean by this is, whatever it's going to take to be successful in finishing in high school, you're going to need to do much more on that next college level. Well, you need to figure out a plan so that you can be successful. This is why 40% of the people who enter college never graduate. And those who do graduate, many of them take more than 4 years to do it. And unfortunately, when we look at people of color, our graduation rates are very low. We need to make sure that we're entering college with purpose and we have a plan when we do so. So I have a lot of details that I cover in a guide that goes along and really helps with each one of these stages. This is why I say reading is knowledge and knowledge is power. Even those of you all who may not even be confident that college is the right thing for you, if you properly plan yourself and make yourself the college ready type student, you'd be surprised of the things that you can accomplish in life. This is why I highly encourage you to read. I'm not pushing my book. I'm saying to you, if you want to make sure that you are well prepared, that when you fill out your college applications, that you are ready, take the time to read, gain the information, know what it is that you need to be doing, and go out and attack the college world. So again, remember, reading is knowledge, and knowledge is power.